In a world obsessed with surface-level attraction, flashy clothes, perfect photos, witty lines, few realize that the deepest kind of attraction is silent. It's not found in words, but in presence. Not in noise, but in inner stillness. The Stoic philosophers, Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus, never wrote about dating or flirting. Yet their teachings reveal something more powerful than any modern technique. They taught that the most magnetic person is the one who is centered, calm and unshaken by chaos. And that right there is the foundation of true attraction. Because what truly draws someone in is how they feel around you. When your energy is grounded, your eyes sincere and your words purposeful, people sense safety, trust, and quiet strength. That's not manipulation, and that's mastery. The Stoics would call it arete, excellence of character. Today, we're not just going to talk about compliments. We're going to talk about the kind of compliments that resonate at a soul level. The kind that make a woman not just hear your words, but feel them long after you've gone. Each one of these compliments is rooted in Stoic psychology, in understanding yourself, your emotions, and human nature. Let's begin. 1. You have a calm energy. It's rare. Stoic principle, equanimity, inner balance. When you tell someone they have a calm energy, you're recognizing emotional balance, something deeply aligned with Stoic virtue. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The nearer a man comes to a calm mind, the closer he is to strength." In a world filled with anxiety, drama, and overreaction, calmness is rare and therefore magnetic. When you notice it in someone, you're acknowledging a virtue that even the ancients revered. Women, like anyone, feel drawn to peace, especially when it's genuine, not forced. Calmness communicates self-mastery. It says, you don't need validation, you don't chase, you don't flinch under pressure. How to apply it? Practice emotional detachment, not coldness. When things upset you, pause. Observe your reaction instead of acting on it. In conversation, slow your breathing. Make eye contact. Your calm presence will say more than any clever line ever could. In a restless and noisy world, calmness is one of the rarest forms of power. People rush to speak, to react, to prove themselves, yet few know the strength of stillness. When you meet someone with a calm energy, you feel it before they even say a word. There's no performance, no urgency, and only quiet control. It's not weakness, it's wisdom. This kind of calm isn't born from apathy, but from understanding, and it is deeply rooted in Stoic philosophy. The Stoic meaning of calmness, the Stoics, Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus, believed that the highest form of human strength comes from mastery over one's emotions. They didn't define calmness as the absence of feeling, but as the ability to remain centered even when emotions rise. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The nearer a man comes to a calm mind, the closer he is to strength." To the Stoics, calmness was a discipline, a daily practice of self-governance. They viewed anger, anxiety, and impulsive reactions as signs of inner slavery. When something external can shake you, it means you've handed over your peace to forces you can't control. Calmness, therefore, is freedom. Freedom from being ruled by every emotion, opinion, or event. It's not indifference to life, but equanimity, the balance between feeling and reasoning. The Stoic doesn't suppress emotions. He simply chooses not to be owned by them. Why calm energy feels so powerful? When someone carries calm energy, it radiates quiet confidence. It doesn't demand attention. It commands respect. That's because calmness is rare in a world addicted to reaction. We live in a time where outrage spreads faster than understanding, where people measure their worth through online noise, but those who remain centered, those who respond instead of react, stand out naturally. A calm person becomes a mirror. They make others feel safe, understood, and stable. In that presence, people can breathe easier, not because the calm person says much, but because they embody peace. Seneca described this in his writings on tranquility of mind, De Tranquilitate Animae. The greatest blessings of mankind are within us and within our reach. A wise man is content with his lot, whatever it may be, without wishing for what he is not. That inner contentment, the ability to stay composed regardless of circumstance, is what makes calmness magnetic. It's not something you show. It's something you become. How to cultivate calm energy. Stoic practices. Calm energy isn't inherited. It's trained. It's the result of daily discipline, self-awareness, and reflection. Here are a few Stoic practices that help you develop it. The pause before reaction. Epictetus taught that between event and emotion, there is a choice. When something provokes you, a rude comment, a stressful situation, pause before reacting. Ask yourself, is this within my control? If it isn't, release it. If it is, respond with reason, not impulse. That pause is where calmness lives. Practice voluntary discomfort. Seneca often practiced small discomforts to remind himself that he could endure difficulty with peace. He wrote, "Set aside a certain number of days, during which you shall be content with the scantiest and cheapest fare, and with coarse and rough dress, saying to yourself the while, is this the condition that I feared?" When you willingly face discomfort, external stress loses its power over you. You realize peace doesn't depend on luxury or ease. It depends on mindset. Morning and evening reflection. Marcus Aurelius began and ended each day with reflection. In the morning, he reminded himself that others might be impatient or rude, but that he could choose patience. At night, he reviewed his actions calmly, learning from his mistakes without self-condemnation. You can do the same. Each morning, center yourself before the day begins. Each night, reflect with honesty and gentleness. This consistent reflection builds an unshakable inner rhythm, a calm presence that others naturally feel. 4. Control breathing. Control mind. The Stoics understood the link between the body and mind. When emotions rise, your breath shortens, your posture tightens, your speech accelerates. By slowing your breath intentionally, you remind your nervous system that you are safe. This physical calm supports mental clarity. Try this. Before responding to stress, take one deep breath in and one slow exhale. This simple act aligns the Stoic principle of logos, reason, with the body's instinctive energy. Choose simplicity. Calmness grows in simplicity. The more you declutter your schedule, your space, and your inner dialogue, the more peace finds room to exist. Marcus Aurelius valued simplicity not as minimalism for appearance, but as mental order. He said, "If it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it." Live simply, and your mind will mirror that simplicity. Calmness as strength. True calmness is not the absence of struggle. It's the mastery of response within struggle. It's being centered when the world tilts, patient when others rush, kind when others criticize. It's what the Stoics called ataraxia, untroubledness of soul. In every era, the calm person is the anchor in the storm. They are trusted in crisis, respected in conflict, and remembered for their composure long after words fade. Their power is silent, but unmistakable. So when someone tells you, you have a calm energy, it's rare. Understand that they are not merely describing your mood. They are recognizing your mastery. They're seeing a reflection of something the Stoics spent their lives pursuing, a mind unshaken, a heart at peace, and a soul disciplined enough to remain kind. Final thought, calmness is not passive. It's active strength restrained by wisdom. It takes courage to stay grounded when others lose control, to remain kind when provoked, and to act with purpose when pressured. The world needs more calm energy, not silence, but presence. And as the Stoics taught, peace is not found by escaping life, but by mastering how you meet it. Be that calm presence, be the one who listens, who thinks, who remains steady when it matters most. Because in a restless world, calmness isn't just rare, it's revolutionary. 2. I respect how you handle things. You don't lose yourself. Stoic principle, control over emotion. Epictetus teachings. Epictetus taught that the only things within our control are our thoughts and actions, not the behavior of others. When you compliment someone for their composure, you're acknowledging that same principle. This compliment goes beyond appearance. You're admiring integrity under pressure. And that's something Stoicism values above all. It speaks to a deeper respect. You face life with dignity, How to apply it. Instead of reacting impulsively in disagreements, remind yourself, this moment tests my discipline. When you master your reactions, others feel your steadiness and it earns respect. Effortlessly, there's a quiet kind of power in people who remain composed when everything around them starts to fall apart. They don't raise their voice, they don't rush to defend their ego, they simply breathe, observe, and respond with clarity. That calm steadiness isn't weakness, it's discipline. It's the mark of someone who has learned the ancient Stoic lesson that you cannot control what happens, but you can always control how you respond. This simple compliment, I respect how you handle things. You don't lose yourself, carries far more meaning than it seems. It's not about flattery. It's about acknowledging strength of character, the kind that Stoic philosophers spent their lives trying to cultivate. The Stoic foundation, control what you can. Epictetus, one of the greatest Stoic teachers, taught a principle that lies at the heart of emotional resilience. Some things are in our control, and some are not. Those 10 words summarize a lifetime of wisdom. The Stoics believe that the moment you understand this distinction, you begin to live freely. When someone handles things without losing themselves, it means they have mastered this very art. They don't allow outside chaos to dictate their inner peace. They've trained their mind to pause before reacting, to think before speaking, and to choose reason over impulse. Marcus Aurelius practiced this same mindset daily. As emperor of Rome, he faced betrayal, war, and constant pressure. Yet in his private writings, meditations, he reminded himself, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. That's what this compliment truly honors, the strength to stay steady in a world that constantly tries to shake you. Emotional control is not suppression. Modern culture often confuses emotional control with emotional suppression, but Stoicism never asked us to be cold or unfeeling. The goal is not to silence emotion, it's to understand it, to direct it. Seneca once wrote, "No man is more unhappy than he who never faces adversity, for he is not permitted to prove himself." When challenges come, the Stoic doesn't avoid emotion, he feels it fully, but refuses to be ruled by it. That is what not losing yourself really means, staying connected to your values and principles, even when emotions rise. So when you tell someone, I respect how you handle things, you're not praising them for being detached. You're admiring their clarity, their ability to stay grounded in reason when others would drown in reaction. Modern application, Stoicism in everyday life in our world. Losing yourself is easy. Traffic, deadlines, social media, arguments. All of them pull at your attention and provoke emotion. To handle things in a Stoic way means you pause when others rush. You think when others shout and you stay kind even when misunderstood. That kind of steadiness commands quiet respect. It shows that your emotions serve you, not the other way around. People naturally feel safe around those who don't get easily thrown off. Balance, because steadiness is rare, and rare things are powerful. How to practice this? Daily pause before reacting. When something frustrates you, give yourself 5 seconds. Breathe. Ask, is this in my control? That moment of awareness separates wisdom from impulse. Detach from the outcome. Focus on effort, not results. The Stoic knows that the process, not the outcome, defines integrity. Speak less, mean more. When emotions run high, silence is often the most powerful form of strength. Respond later, when you're calm. Your words will carry weight because they come from reason, not reaction. Stay true to your character. Even when wronged, act in accordance with your values. Don't let another person's behavior decide who you become. The deepest respect comes from stillness. When you say to someone, I respect how you handle things, you don't lose yourself, you're really saying, I see your discipline. I see your strength. I see that you choose peace over pride. That kind of composure is rare because it takes years of self-work. It's built through self-reflection, failure, and the quiet moments when no one is watching. It's not dramatic, it's deliberate. And the beauty of it is this. People who master their emotions don't just gain respect, they create peace for everyone around them. Their calm energy is grounding. Their presence becomes a form of leadership. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one, Rangon 3. You make people feel at ease." Stoic principle, empathy and understanding human nature, Seneca. Seneca often said that understanding others' emotions is key to living wisely. To make others feel comfortable is not weakness. It's wisdom. It means you observe before you speak. You listen more than you talk. When you tell someone they make people feel at ease, you're acknowledging their emotional intelligence, one of the highest Stoic virtues. True confidence doesn't create tension. It creates safety. How to apply it? Listen to understand, not to reply. In conversation, drop your mental checklist of what to say next. Your calm curiosity naturally draws people in, because peace is rare in a noisy world. Persimer, I like that you think deeply means you don't just follow the crowd. Stoic principle, independent thought, Marcus Aurelius. Stoicism teaches independence from the opinions of the masses. Marcus Aurelius warned, "The opinion of 10,000 men is of no value if none of them know what they're talking about." In modern life, this compliment strikes at the core of attraction, individuality. You're not praising looks. You're recognizing depth, originality, and authenticity. That's powerful because it mirrors your own values as a Stoic-minded man, someone who seeks truth, not trend. How to apply it? Detach from groupthink. Form opinions based on reason and experience. When you show curiosity, when you ask deep questions, your conversations gain weight, and people remember that feeling. 5. You carry yourself with grace and even when it's hard. Stoic principle, virtue in adversity, Seneca's On the Shortness of Life. Grace under pressure is Stoicism embodied. It's the ability to remain kind and poised even when the world tests you. Seneca said, "Difficulties strengthen the mind as labor does the body." When you notice someone carrying themselves with quiet strength, you're admiring inner resilience, a trait that commands deep respect. People remember how you handle storms, not how you act when it's sunny. How to apply it? When life tests you, whether through rejection, stress, or uncertainty, practice composure, smile gently, breathe deeply, respond with calm. That grace is what the Stoics called true nobility. You have a presence. It's grounded, not loud. Stoic principle, presence, and awareness, living in the moment. Epictetus said, "There is only one way to happiness, to cease worrying about things beyond our power." That is presence, the ability to exist fully in this moment, free from anxiety and pretense. This compliment recognizes something subtle yet powerful. Energy. Presence isn't about being the loudest in the room. It's about being the most aware. How to apply it? Put the phone away when talking to someone. Notice details, tone, expression. Energy. Presence communicates, "I see you. I'm here." It's the ultimate compliment, because true attention is the rarest form of love. 7. You're honest, even when it's not easy. Stoic principle, integrity and truth, Cato and Aurelius. Honesty, especially when uncomfortable, is the mark of moral courage. Marcus Aurelius lived by truth, reminding himself daily to speak only what is necessary and true. When you tell someone you value their honesty, you're affirming something Stoic, that truth matters more than approval. People may forget charm, but they never forget integrity. How to apply it? Speak truth gently, but clearly. Don't flatter to impress. Don't hide your values to fit in. A Stoic man wins respect by his consistency, not his cleverness. 8. You bring out the best in people around you. Stoic principle, leadership and virtue, Marcus Aurelius's duty to humanity. True Stoicism isn't isolation, it's service. Marcus Aurelius viewed every human interaction as an opportunity to elevate others. He wrote, "What's bad for the hive is bad for the bee." When you tell someone they uplift others, you're recognizing virtue in action, the Stoic ideal of living for something greater than yourself. That's rare, and it touches the deepest form of attraction, admiration mixed with gratitude. How to apply it? Encourage others. Notice their efforts. Your influence should calm, not control. Inspire, not intimidate. That quiet leadership is what defines true masculinity, not dominance. but direction. Closing reflection. The Stoic art of silent attraction. Attraction is not a performance. It's alignment. When your words match your energy, and your energy matches your values, people feel it. The Stoics never sought attention. They sought mastery, over ego, emotion, and reaction. Ironically, that mastery is what makes someone deeply magnetic. A Stoic man doesn't compliment to get something, or he compliments to recognize truth. He doesn't flatter, he observes, he doesn't chase, he understands that what's meant for him can never be taken. So, when you use these compliments, but mean them, say them slowly, sincerely, and with intention. Because Stoicism teaches us that the most powerful words are those that come from stillness. In the end, attraction isn't about making others fall for you. It's about rising so high in character that people can't help but feel something real when they're around you.